Hi guys, I'm TheRealLadyJ and this is my review of Journey to the Savage Planet. All in all, my journey to a savage planet was a spectacular experience. There are plenty of weird games out there, but few that are done as well as this. My only real complaint is that there wasn't more of it. I played through the main storyline in about 12 hours. Its relatively short playthrough time is made up for by the fact that it's so unique. While some of it had an Outer Worlds Fallout feel to it, its combat was more like Superland, and its puzzles felt a bit like Zelda. The artwork in this game is amazing, and I spent plenty of time just looking around and taking screenshots with the in-game photo mode. You can change FOV, focus, and apply a few different types of filters. This filter in particular is so awesome that I almost wish you could play through the game using it because of how unique it made the graphics look. Speaking of graphics, let's talk about optimization. I ran this game on ultra settings at 1440p with an NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti. I was pretty much always able to keep 60 plus FPS with an average of about 80. Don't get me wrong, optimization could be better, but aside from a few areas, the game ran smooth and the areas that didn't were unplayable. If you're on less powerful hardware, I'd recommend turning down shadows and post-processing quality for the biggest impact on FPS. The game's anti-aliasing is also well done. I'm making a point to say this because I feel like a decent amount of games today have TAA or FXAA that make the game look blurred and sometimes even borderline unplayable. I left TAA on for my whole playthrough and never noticed much blurring. I can't speak for how it looks at 1080p, though I would imagine it still looks good. I also tried disabling anti-aliasing to see what it looked like, and everything still looked very sharp with no jaggies. Ultimately, I left it on because it didn't seem to make a big difference performance-wise. Alright, let's get to it. Your journey begins on ARY-26, a mysterious and beautiful planet. You're an employee of the space exploration company Kindred, sent to explore and collect data to determine if the planet has the potential to sustain human life. Upon arriving, you're given a short, quirky video briefing you on your mission.
Your job is to explore the planet's surface, catalog its creatures, threats, and opportunities, and send your data back to our crack team of scientists here at Kindred for analysis. The more you discover, the more we'll be able to guide your experience and highlight objectives for you and your partner, if you have one. I should also mention that while every effort has been made to ensure a comfortable and safe journey, recent budget challenges plus the unknown natures of the obstacles you will face mean that we were unable to send you anything in the way of equipment.
While you're given some support throughout your endeavors, you're expected to figure some of it out by yourself, which I like. I feel like it can potentially kill the gameplay if a game holds your hand too much, but it can also be a turnoff if you're expected to figure out everything on your own. Puzzles are relatively easy, but will still leave you with a laugh once you solve them. Dying can definitely be punishing, as sometimes you're sent all the way back to your ship.
Hey, buddy. So, you died, and I made a clone of you that shares your memories.
Luckily, your loot is left in the spot that you died, and you can go back and retrieve it. I thought this was a creative touch. Most opponents are pretty weak and you usually die with a few shots from your trusty blaster. You want to kill just about everything you come across because each enemy drops resources that'll come in handy for crafting later on down the line. Slaying these creatures is gruesome but manages to stay somewhat lighthearted at the same time. Enemies are filled with green goo that look like Nickelodeon slime, and it's sometimes hard not to laugh while blowing them away. A large portion of my deaths came from falling, as the combat is not particularly challenging. Maybe adding a hard difficulty setting could be a good idea, but I suppose that it might take away from the chill exploration, which I think is meant to be the main focus. Mostly you collect things and bring them back to your ship, and while this might sound repetitive, you usually unlock a new piece of gear by doing so, which adds a fun new element to the gameplay. My favorite gadget was the grapple hook, which enabled you to fly around parts on the map like a futuristic Tarzan. You do have limited stamina, which I found a bit unnecessary, but health and stamina can be upgraded throughout your journey by eating these orange things, and it doesn't end up being a noticeable issue in my opinion. Overall, this is a very good game for what it is, and I would recommend it to anyone looking for a chill, yet mind-expanding experience. I'd also like to add that the soundtrack was very good, and I left the music on for my entire playthrough. I gave Journey to a Savage Planet a 4 out of 5. Thanks for watching, and please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel. Leave a comment below and let me know if you played the game, if you liked it, and what your favorite thing about it was. I'll see you in the next one.